Alrighty guys, so this time I mean it. The vlog is back. This adventure is too cool not to vlog. I got virtually no sleep. Pat, how much sleep did you get?
5 hours maybe.
Pat got some sleep, that's good. That's why Pat is driving the car and I'm not. So travel vlogs are weird, but if I don't do it for this grand adventure, then I'm never ever ever gonna start the vlog up again. So we are on our way to the UK for FoamFest. I am so incredibly excited, but my excited is muted under just complete sleeplessness. So I have had just a whirlwind of a week with organizing a lot of stuff. So like I'm already in full end war organizer mode, and that's crazy. And even though we have such amazing people to delegate with handling parts of, really there's hands on every part of the event, it's still very stressful. And right now I'm super confused because we're taking an international flight, but we're connecting through a domestic flight. So the question is, do we go to a domestic or an international terminal? So we just fired up the Delta app, and then Delta had already scanned my passport and uploaded all of my information, and I'm just like, that's terrifying that Delta apparently just has all of my like citizenship information. Wild. So that's what we're doing now. I guess we'll film part of getting onto the plane. Gosh, I hope we make it, because last night Spam had a connecting flight that got busted, and so his choices were basically, like, I thought we were gonna get a little bit of sleep, but his choices were stay at the airport for like 5 hours or phone a friend, and like nobody's ever gonna have to stay at the airport overnight for 5 hours or whatever. Like, if we're friends, you can just call me, yo. Like, I'll come get you from the airport. We'll grab Waffle House. You can crash on the couch for a few hours. So his flight was like 3 hours earlier than mine today, which is just about the amount that we weren't willing to drive together. We discussed it, and so he Ubered out, and I hope that he got on his plane and is fine. But you guys can see that we got a lot of planes flying in and out. So let's go to the airport, because gosh, do we need it. Why do I look all fluffy today? What is this? Feathered and lethal. You just don't see it, Cotton. So, it's me, your boy Fluffy Hair. For some reason they always hate Hootie at TSA, and it doesn't matter how quick I'm like, yo, my boy is full of rice and lavender. They're like, this is organic material. I'm like, yes, rice and lavender are organic. And also rice and lavender. Anyway, so normally this is the segment where I'd be like, yo, plane train, because I love the plane train, but our flight's been delayed a little bit, probably because of all the ice up north, and that means we have all the time in the world. So they change the art exhibits between the terminals pretty frequently, and when I have the time, I actually like to walk them. It's gonna be one of those connections, guys. Chili's is already not that great. Airport Chili's is a pretty big mistake, guys. So made it in time. The delayed flight led into another delayed flight, so we actually might have, whew, it was a quick mile. This is a large airport up here in Minneapolis. Also, we had just barely forgotten what cold felt like from New York. Luckily, we thought ahead enough to bring the bunker hoodie, which is actually like my nicest, warmest hoodie. Beats a lot of the college apparel. It turns out Canadians know how to buy hoodies. Go figure. So it is a bright and, well, it's not bright at all. You can actually see sun has yet to come up, which is why the glasses are off here in Amsterdam. We had a two and a half hour connection here. We're on a moving sidewalk, so we'll try and be as polite as possible. And they made me walk by, literally, to get from the arrival gate to the departure gate, they made me walk by pretty much every luxury watchmaker, period. Everything from like Jaeger LeCoultre to Omega. They hilariously had a Swatch store. But of course they had the oh so like alluring Rolex depot. But fortunately, no Milgauss, so we were not tempted to do anything that we can't afford. But now all we have to do is wait another 30 minutes, try and find some sort of snack, and it's off to Edinburgh, and from there, Monkeytron. I didn't sleep at all. It was 8 hours across the Atlantic, and I watched 4 movies. Oh, I guess I could list those since I'm just sleepy boy rambling here. I hadn't seen any of them. I watched Predator, Axel, which I didn't think either of those were worth paying money for when they were in theaters. And then the 2 that I actually enjoyed a whole lot were, I thought The Favorite was very good. And so I enjoyed that one. And what did I start with? I can't remember. It's 6 hours and 3 movies ago. Shoot. Alright, if it comes to me, I'll add it in editing, but if it doesn't, maybe it wasn't that good after all. So, one quick breakfast crepe down, and I'm realizing it came in 2 waves. First, the sense memory of like, man, that's a really good crepe, into this is the closest I've been to home in 8 years, which is a while. We might have to go back at some point soon. Start a Foam Pro Tour 2, Athens, Greece. It'll be great. It's not happening. We'll walk over here so as to be a little more out of the way, but we just cleared immigration in the EU. They decided to let scoundrels in, apparently. And we're waiting on all of our good stuff. Got tooth and nail and nicks inside. So we have to pick those up, as well as possibly convert some USD to pounds, which is always feel bad. Like, all right, guys. So sleep deprivation took a hold of me, and our travel vlog is mostly just flight ramblings so far. But I did go out to dinner with Monkeytron Collective, and I've also checked a weird first off of my life. So they were so kind. Their youngest daughter is off at some sort of academic or adventure retreat right now, and so I am in her bedroom. And as somebody who only had younger brothers growing up, like being in, I don't know, it's cool. It's a completely different perspective on childhood bedroom. But Kara, if you're watching this, thank you so much for lending me your space. But this is it, guys. I'm too tall. I'm like literally hitting her chandelier as I walk through the room. But I'm gonna wish you guys a very good night, and then tomorrow we get to see the Highlands of Scotland, which is like, oh, Skyfall. It's gonna be so cool. So if you're watching this, it means that I finally nutted up and started uploading to the vlog channel again, so the adventure continues. Good night, guys. Woo!